Hello and welcome back for sports. Last week, the town of Lodge Grass celebrated the life of Elvis Old Bull, one of the greatest basketball players in the history of Montana. The ceremony took place between the Hardin and Lodge Grass boys and girls matchup, and you better believe it was standing room only in the Lodge Grass gym. Our own Chris Byers was there, and he has the story.
Nearly 30 years after leading Lodge Grass to their third consecutive state Class B basketball title, the town of Lodge Grass recently honored the late Elvis Old Bull. It took place in a game featuring Lodge Grass and Hardin. He was known simply as the King, and with good reason. Was he the best player to come out of Montana? It's a question often debated in basketball circles, and you certainly can make a case for Elvis. 3 consecutive state titles, 3 straight MVPs, over 1,900 career points, and he once dished out 22 assists in a single game. Those numbers more than reason enough to honor Old Bull in a ceremony that included the raising of 4 banners, 3 to honor those state championships, 1 just for him.
Wherever you go, whether it be in high school, independence, anywhere you go, even non-Indians know the name Elvis Old Bull. He put Lodge Grass on the national map, and with that, we'd like to acknowledge this day as Elvis Old Bull Day. He would always say hi, greeted everyone, shook hands, and always had something good to say. He never made himself better than anyone. He took great pride in raising his children and giving his support.
It's been 3 decades since Elvis last played. 6 years since his untimely death in a car accident at the age of 42. For his 3 children, a special evening for them to share and honor their father's life and accomplishments with all of Crow Nation.
It's really good that he's doing this, not just only for us, but for everybody, because he's a really humble person, and he just spread love everywhere.
I think it's really important, especially in this community, to have that positive outlook, to see all the positive that came from what he accomplished.
Our father was a very special person, and he touched the lives of everyone he knew and everyone he met. So it's very big for us. I mean, if you were to ask my dad, do you think he would deserve this? My dad would be the first person to say no. He was a very humble person, but he's a very deserving person. And we're just glad that the community and the town of Lodge Grass were able to come together to put this night on for him.
The game itself featured a pair of unbeaten and top-ranked teams. Hardwood prevailed, winning 112-92, and it felt very much like a game straight out of the 1980s. Sellout crowd, fans turned away after lining up hours before the opening tip. Whether it was Elvis Old Bull in Lodge Grass or Jonathan Take's enemy at Hardin, when they played, it was not just a game, it was an event.
Of course, you mentioned Jonathan. There's so many other great players from the Hardin High School as well as Lodge Grass. Elvis was the king, and that's how he was remembered. So a number of the shirts that are going to be seen out here in the public are going to have that with Elvis, either the king or however, but you couldn't be in a better spot right now with Hardin Lodge Grass.
Old Bull's number 52 and 53 is now retired at Lodge Grass. Elvis, I think one of the cool things that you were telling me before this, when you played here, you actually brought your dad's number out of retirement and wore it, and you played. What did that mean to you, and how special was that?
That meant a lot to me because the number at that point had been retired some maybe 12 years. And I was the first person to be able to use my dad's number. It just meant a lot to me because no one else was able to use it, and it was hanging in the rafters here for a while.
But not in Hardin. Famous left hand, who will play college basketball at Rocky, wears that number in honor of Old Bull, who was a close friend and mentor to famous left hand when he was young. Elvis Old Bull, gone, but certainly never forgotten, one of the all-time greats in Montana basketball. Chris Byers, SWX Sports.